What's going on, fisher people? Ryan here from Broken Water Outfitters. Today's video, we're talking fly boxes. Unless you're fishing in a one fly, you're going to need one of these with you on the stream to carry your fly selection. It's an essential piece of gear. There's a lot of options out there, a lot of different price points, a lot of different setups. We're going to help you sort through that. We've been down the road, we've done the research, we've got a bunch of different varieties that we've tried. We're going to help you sort through it. We're going to tell you what we like, what we don't like, and why. We're going to tell you what we find to be efficient and some of the design flaws with some of these. We're going to share some knowledge with you so you can make a better choice. This will be part of our gear series, helping everybody out. There is, what you guys can't see is at that end of the table, it is completely covered in all the fly boxes we're going to discuss.
Yeah, it's not even probably a fraction of the different fly boxes that are out there, though. There's many fly boxes that are there. It's not a fraction. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's get started.
Okay.
We're going to start with kind of the general, we'll call them kind of do-all boxes. Double-sided. They're going to have either silicone or slit foam inside. Some of these I like, some of them I don't. They come in a couple different sizes.
Yeah.
Sometimes I didn't put that one on the table, but I have one of these that's in a large variety that has a very low clearance. So it's almost impossible to put dry flies in that box.
Yeah.
And that's really kind of depends on what you're putting in it, right? So if you want something that's going to do everything, one of these will work great, but you just got to make sure it's got enough height that you can put dry flies in it without crushing the hackle or the post.
Yes, I've done that before, and after a few months, I open it up, the hackle is bent down forever.
Yeah, it never comes back.
No.
Strangely, the synthetic posts really don't either.
No.
But this one's silicone. This one's just foam. Foam is always lighter than silicone. Some people prefer the foam because of that. I'm a big fan of the silicone.
Probably one of the reasons that we're doing this is, I'm glad we're doing this because, I'm always looking for something better, just like everybody out there.
Yeah.
And I know what I've got to this point is the best for me right now.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm always willing to look at new stuff, say, oh, maybe I'll try this. And whenever I find a box that I like, I'll order a bunch of them. And then I'll use them until I'm like, this ain't working right. I used the double-sided boxes for a long time. Some of them that I had said, these are waterproof.
Some of them are. That one has gaskets. This one has a gasket. I don't think I've ever tested that one. This one I've tested, and it is good.
Well, I've had some that said they were waterproof and been in deep enough water where water got
seeks
in them. Yeah.
Yep.
And then you gotta open it up and let the flies dry.
Or have a whole bunch of rusty hooks, and then all those flies you invested in are very questionable.
So, but I'm with you. I think I prefer the silicone. But the double-sided boxes, I kind of steered away from them for now.
There's a little bit different version of double-sided now.
Okay.
Oh God.
Imagine if you were on the creek right now.
Right? So, to where it's double-sided on the inside. I tend to prefer these boxes over the other double-sided where it's on the outside.
To me, these are definitely better than a middle and the flies go on the outside of the box.
Yeah.
If you open it up and there's two sides, I think that's a better option to me.
And I really do like these fish pond boxes. They're waterproof. Those gaskets are good. They're certainly not cheapest.
Did you just plug a fish pond?
I did.
God, I hope they hear this.
And then they also have this one that's the double haul. Now it's not nearly as deep. I tend to think of this box more as either maybe a dry dropper setup kind of box or more of a nymphing box, because it is, you probably won't be able to see it on that camera, but
it's a slightly, yeah,
it's a little bit thinner.
Okay.
A little too big to put in your pocket. As far as a shirt goes, you throw them down the front of your waiter, so if you're not taking a pack with you. But I mean, you can carry a ton of flies. It'll crush some things. You can see there's some hopperish things in there with some posts that they're pretty close to touching if you had that full.
Okay. I'd like the magnet.
The magnet closures are nice.
But this is not waterproof.
It is not waterproof.
No.
Yep. This style it has that big heavy gasket that goes all the way around, but it's silicone, so it's a little bit heavier than the foam's going to be. They do not make this style that I've seen with the foam, but we're talking grams.
Yeah.
Now, sure, ounces make pounds, but does it matter that much?
Especially if you have that much tungsten in here,
You're right. Yeah.
Tungsten, lead in there, this is not going to matter.
No. But then you get up to kind of, I guess you'll call them guide boxes.
Yeah.
To where they're just these massive boxes. I think this holds like 800 and some flies.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of this setup. I have two of these.
Why?
I don't like this setup because it is a little bit low, and it will, like, I have some Comparadons in there, right? And they are just touching the top of this.
Just enough to ruin it.
Yep. So like some of those foam posts on those bigger clink hammers, it's squishing those down. Carries a ton of flies, but it's not necessarily super easy to access. But I like to think of that as more of like a deeper storage option.
And it would, like, if you made this your Nymph box for overflow.
Yeah.
If you're, you got it. You're guiding. It would work for that. But and they're certainly not. I think these are $45 or $50 these days. Okay.
That's about what this style fish pond runs. Okay. These kind of double-sided boxes are in that like $10 to $20 range.
Yeah. This one?
This is the double haul, and it's, I think, around $20, $20 or $30.
That's pretty good.
No, and these are very durable. The fish pond ones are. Being fish pond, it's probably made from some sort of recycled material too, which is kind of cool.
Yeah. Eco-friendly. That's good.
Yeah. So that's kind of your do-all boxes. And grab that pile on the other side of your phone there. These are going to be more your Nymph boxes. Just set these out of the way.
Okay.
So Nymph boxes typically don't have a high clearance.
Right.
But you can pack a pile of nymphs in there. I was very excited when I found this box. It has what I would consider to be a fatal flaw. Pretty cool. You got 4 pages to store flies. It has a magnetic part. There is a nice area to store midges right here and very small bugs. Works great for that. You grab these little tabs, flip that over, and now you have access to the other ones.
I could see why you were originally...
I was very excited about this. The fatal flaw, you may have just guessed your thumb was in the way, right? So when you access this on the stream, this part hits the other side, and so if you move that at all, it
knocks flies out.
This Umpqua slit foam or slit silicone does not hold the best, and it will knock flies right out of there with that design. Now you can remove these. You might be able to use the box for something else and not carry all 4 pages. Well, both pages, and maybe just carry 1 page. Gives you enough clearance. You could put some dry flies there and then have nymphs or whatever on the other side. But it's a big, heavy box, so it should carry as much as possible.
Oh, where'd my fly go?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I consider it to be a fatal Fatal Flaw, and that fly box is in the $80 to $90 range.
Wow. Okay.
So it's not cheap, and I don't think it's very efficient at what it does. It is waterproof. I have tested it. Typically, when I get a fly box that claims it's waterproof, I put a tissue inside of it and then submerge it in the sink.
Okay. Yeah.
To see if the gasket on there is working properly. But yeah, it was a disappointment.
Just like anything, I can see why someone would design something like this and say, "Oh, this is the best of all because of this and this and this." But yeah,
now, some people might be fine with that style box, but it's not.
Box is heavy.
It is heavy. It's very heavy.
So
it's durable.
Once you get all your tungsten in there and lead, and I'm not sure.
Yeah, we should have a scale. We could weigh these and talk about the weight on them.
Yeah, we should.
But I'll bet you that if you pick that up and this has a bunch of flies in it. That has 3 flies in it. I'll bet you that's heavier than that right now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this is silicone.
This is full. Yeah.
Oh, it's not nearly full.
Well,
it has flies though. It has enough tungsten in there that it's not going to float.
It's like 35 or 35% full. Yeah.
But this is a fulling mill box. That's their Tactical Max, I think is what it's called. You can put 800 foot, and so we saw that we had that big guide box that held. I think it's somewhere around 800. This will hold 800 plus flies. Doesn't float, not waterproof.
No,
I have dropped it, and I was very lucky that my reflexes were quick enough at the time.
Yeah,
but it does have the magnetic closures. It does have this swing leaf. I've had this for a few years. I think I bought this when it first came out.
Okay.
I was pretty excited about it. It doesn't. You can put some small dries in here. There's enough clearance that it doesn't quite smash them. Like if you've got a size
16
or 18, like elk hair caddis, you're good. You can't put a comparadun in there. Okay. Maybe some midge parachutes, something like that you'd be okay with. But I mean, you get a ton of storage. This foam's actually out of all the foam boxes, the fulling mill foam does seem to be pretty decent. I prefer the way the silicone holds, but this foam is pretty decent.
Yeah, I can feel it. It's like really stiff foam, but it's flexible. It's silicone-like.
Yes. The only thing I don't like, I have big fingers, so it can be difficult to get in here near the edge to get flies. I'm not a big fan when we put fly storage all the way over here to like this edge. It's difficult to get them, and when we get too close up here, just to the sides.
Yeah.
I get why they do it. You can just pack more flies in there, but it's kind of annoying, especially when colder months or inclement weather and you're trying to put things back or take something out.
Yeah, but I know what you mean.
And Fulling Mill makes several boxes in this variety. This is just kind of the big boy.
Okay.
I forget what these run, but I'm going to guess somewhere around $50.
Okay. I like it. Yeah.
This is what quickly became my favorite box. Not widely available. This is made by Loop. It's I think a British company.
Okay.
Out of Europe. It is silicone. It is waterproof. It has a thin profile. I think it's like 400 flies that you can put in that box. It doesn't have deep sides. This is a drying compartment.
Okay.
So you don't necessarily have to put them on a patch. You can put them in there. They're going to dry quicker if they're exposed to the air more. But that drying compartment has a gap.
Yep, I see that.
All the way around there. You could also store flies in there.
I like it.
But yeah, this quickly became my favorite. Their silicone's set up pretty nice. It holds well. Sometimes the silicones don't. That slot is a little bit too wide, and you have a hard time putting small flies in there.
Yes.
You can put it. I haven't had any issues putting anything from size 8 down to 22. It's held it all. Yeah, pretty big fan of that box, and till you get shipping and everything else done with those, I think they're around $50. You gotta wait a little bit extra because they gotta come from overseas.
Okay.
I don't know if Loop doesn't have a distributor in the U.S. or quite what the deal is here, but I was very, very impressed. I actually bought 2 of those boxes. Those have become my go-tos. And
you got another box exactly like this one?
Yep, I have a blue one and a gray one. The blue one's kind of my working box that it's got my confidence patterns in it. I'm always going to have.
I see that.
And then the other one's got the more stranger stuff.
Yeah.
Or the seasonally adjusted box, I guess you could call it.
Yeah. So I like that one.
But then we have some other options. You have these slim boxes.
Yeah.
Which, what are these, like $8 maybe these days?
8 to 12.
I think I bought.
Where you buy them.
I think I got like a 3-pack of them one time. It was $18.
Yeah.
They hold flies. Some of them are waterproof, some of them aren't. They all have the gasket. They all make the claim. Some are better than others.
Right. I agree.
This style silicone, it doesn't hold small hooks very well.
Exactly. Yeah, you can put stuff in there.
But you could easily buy several of those for the same price of one of these 3 boxes.
Right.
And what's nice is if these were a little bit taller, you can make a life cycle box.
Yeah.
Pretty easily for every mayfly, pretty efficiently, and carry them. I don't find those to be super heavy. They do make those with foam inserts. I have one of those. Okay. The foam isn't, because it's a slim box and it's not very tall. The foam's not very thick. Mm-hmm. So my experience with these is the foam boxes really don't hold things very well.
Well, I use these a lot. This style right here. This is actually mine.
He lost all of his other flies. He only has 2 left.
Yeah, that's it. All those fish. Anyway, they're thin, so I can fit, a bunch of these. Typical, fly fishermen, you always take more than what you'll ever use.
Yes.
On the creek. Any of these, you can fit so many flies in them.
It's January, but I better make sure I have my size 8 March Browns with me. Yeah.
So, but these, you could put, you could easily stack 4 of these filled.
Oh, yeah.
In a small space.
Yeah.
So,
and they'll fit in a pocket. I'm pretty.
Yes.
In your shirt pocket, they'll fit there.
But
they're affordable.
Yeah. Right now, these are what I use the most, because I can put stuff in there. Now, I don't put a lot of dry flies in them, of course.
No, because they're so thin.
Because they're thin.
When it comes to a box for dry flies, you're really looking at something. When you're looking at the dimensions, it needs to be real close to an inch.
Right.
If it's under, these are like a ½ inch.
Yeah.
If it's under 0.8, when you're looking at those dimensions, it's probably going to crush your hackles. Yeah,
but so one of the things I do is I put like all my subsurface flies in a box like this. Whatever, probably. Yeah. Everything from January to December when I'm just fishing, like in April, but I still carry them.
Yeah.
But and then I'll take something else and put like my dry flies in something else, which we'll talk about that in a minute.
Yeah. Now this, I don't know if they make this fly box anymore. If they don't, it's kind of a shame. It's about the same thickness as those style. Okay. This is a Tacky box. So this was before. So Tacky was its own company. They did some collabs with Orvis for a hot minute, and then they were purchased by Fish Pond.
Okay.
You can still find some Tacky brand stuff. But this is the double-sided original, I think is what it was called. Yeah. It's a very thin box. You can't even put a lot of Euro nymphs on both sides. They kind of hit, they clash. It doesn't close real well, even though it does have the magnets. It just isn't thick. But if you've got, like, you can see, I have a lot of midges in there.
Yeah.
And like some scuds, things with a lower profile.
Yeah.
But if you wanted to put like some double trebles in there, it probably wouldn't close.
Gotcha.
I kind of experienced that. Yeah. But as far as like
all your tiny stuff,
all your small stuff with a thin profile, your cat, if you made that into a midge and caddis pupa or caddis larva box, yeah, it would function well. And the silicone, again, in that box holds really well.
I was just going to say, I can tell the silicone is really...
It almost has a different texture than some of the ones that don't hold well. I don't know if it's I'm sure it's a density thing with the molecules. Yeah. But don't have a scientist on here.
I like it. I could see, if I had a lot of this kind of stuff, which I don't.
To be honest with you, I don't remember the last time I took that box out and fished with it. When I pulled it out of the storage today, I was like, oh, there's a bunch of zebra midges. Yeah, 40 colors.
But they do come in handy, the zebra midges.
Yes, they do.
So,
they do.
Yeah, but you found it.
Yeah, thanks. That's kind of it's really kind of the styles on your nymph boxes.
Yeah. It
doesn't get much more complicated than that. Those double-sided boxes, again, that we talked about on the first little round there, they're really your do-alls. You just need the right amount of clearance. Some nymph boxes, you have enough clearance, you can get away with small dry flies in there.
I agree. Agreed.
But
so with your dry flies, though, do you have a dry fly box here?
I do. That's the.
Let me see if I can just reach.
There's two of them there. Dry fly specific.
Oh, it's looped. Okay.
I was very unsatisfied for a long time with dry fly boxes.
Okay.
And it led me to looking for a compartment box. And that's when I found this fly box, another loop product that just, I don't know why they're not selling more of them. I think this is a fantastic design. This is probably the best design dry fly box I've encountered.
I remember when you...
I almost bought 3 of them.
Me said, hey, I found this. I really, and you're really happy with it.
Yeah.
Okay, so the best features of this thing is what?
So this is kind of the best of both worlds. So everything we've kind of looked at so far has been the slit storage, we'll call it, style boxes where everything's kind of displayed. This has that, but this also has compartments. So you have something called compartment boxes to where the flies are just put in there loose.
Yeah.
You can store a ton of flies that way. You got to figure out your own way that you're going to organize it. How I do mine is by size, not by pattern. Mm-hmm. And this thing's got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You got 12 compartments. Plus it has an additional 3 over here that are under one door. And those 3 is where I kind of keep my smaller stuff.
Okay.
And then I don't know what exactly the number is here, but there's more than enough dry fly storage over here for larger things. Yeah. So the nice thing with those compartments is you're not going to crush any of your hackles. You're not going to crush any of your deer hair.
Which I'm going to, if you don't mind, I'm going to do something here and talk about something real quick here. So, I had the box, where's it at? Do those boxes. The thin box that I use.
Yep.
So this here, I carry, all the nymphs and surface flies. And then I just bought these. Not that I, can't afford a box like that, but these just work great. So I put my nymphs in here, and then I would have storage compartments for, my bigger flies that I would fit in there.
Yeah, these boxes are fantastic.
Yeah, and they fit in
a couple bucks at a craft shop.
Yeah, they fit in pockets.
This was probably $50. I could buy a couple of those and have some very similar storage. Yeah.
Well, I bought it because of the design.
Yeah.
Because of the price.
Right.
So I would carry this and then put dry flies in that, and I would carry multiple of that in my chest pack.
You could have
handle all that stuff.
Be set up for a pretty good day of fishing with just this.
Yes.
And probably be just fine.
So what this does is it combines both of these, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So you could easily put there's your compartments. You can, just like this, that you can put your dry flies in, and if you wanted to, you could put all your nymphs in here.
Yeah, you could.
And store your dry flies in there, and have a couple of these, and you'd be good. You'd be set. So yeah, I can see why you're excited about this. This is very nice.
This is what I was carrying before that, and this is again, I don't know if they make this box anymore. I'm sure they're making something similar, but this was the tacky dry fly box.
Okay.
It had a decent amount of clearance, but again, it just wasn't enough. And that was one of their earlier.
Most I can.
Yeah, and that was one of their earlier ones that kind of came out.
Yeah.
And it just the silicone, some of the slits weren't quite cut, which is one of the things I've encountered with pretty much every silicone box, actually, except for the loop ones. That sometimes the slits you got to open them up with a pocket knife, that they're not scored all the way.
Okay.
But
yeah,
there's so many options. You got to find out what works for you and what with the style of flies that you carry, and what you're fishing.
Right. Yeah. So.
And do you want to carry everything, or you want to carry just a couple boxes? Do you want just one box? It's,
fishing when you're out there, you just don't know. I mean, you know what's hatching at that point. Mm-hmm. In that month anyway, and but you still carry extra. Always. What do you got there?
So these are pocket boxes.
Yeah.
I like to, if I'm fishing multiple days in a row, probably by day 2, I'm carrying far less flies than I probably just have one of these.
Okay.
With the way they've designed some of these pocket boxes now, you can get a ton of storage. This is a foam pocket box. Easily, you could probably actually put 2 of these in a shirt pocket.
Easily, yeah.
Probably carry around 100 flies, which hopefully would be enough for whatever it is you're doing. Very lightweight. Again, they have a gasket. Doesn't mean it's waterproof. Test it out and see.
Okay.
Because these are made in such bulk in China, a lot of those gaskets aren't quite fit correctly. Tacky might not. As you can see, I'm a pretty big tacky fan. I don't know if they make this. This is just anymore. It's just a smaller version of, I think they called this the day pack or something. Double-sided Nymph box. Very, very low clearance on it.
Okay.
But again, that's probably 100 flies.
Yeah.
You're not going to carry any dries in there unless it's size 22 midge. This is a similar box, except it's
another tacky.
It's another tacky, but it's one-sided and it has a little bit more clearance. I kind of use that as my BWO, my blue winged olive box, and some smaller things in there. I always have that in my pack in case some small bugs are coming off in the wintertime and I need one of them. This has really become my go-to.
Okay.
Another fish pond tacky box. The one thing with these, sometimes the silicone isn't adhered real great and they'll kind of bubble up.
I see that.
But I can carry a ton of flies in there. It holds them well. They're not overcrowding each other. It's not like with that Fulling Mill box. It had deep edges. This isn't that deep. You can easily get into it even with large fingers.
I like how the rows they're raised. It's not like flat. So you can actually get in there a little bit better.
Yep. Yeah. And I really do prefer the silicone in the colder months.
Maybe I'll just see if I can get these fat fingers to work. Okay. Yeah. Look at that.
They worked.
Yeah, I can tell like a lot of the silicone that are in these cheaper boxes, they don't hold the fly that tight. Like
no, and that's because these are more like it's just split, so you have that friction. These boxes, of course, now I've triggered apparently the camera, so now it's gonna follow me. Let me fix that.
See how you are.
Stealing the show. Up. Hold on.
Technical difficulties. Yeah, I've actually. I'm talking anyway. You.
Oh no, you're fine. Yeah.
I've actually found myself on a couple of my boxes, instead of taking the bend of the hook and squeezing them in there, I'll turn it around and take the point of the hook and slide it down.
Oh, and stab it in there.
And do it backwards.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, there's probably people out there that do it both ways.
Yeah.
So, but I'd rather take the bend of the hook and slide it in and feel that friction.
Yes.
And it's easier in and out to me.
Oh, and also keeps your hook point sharper longer.
True.
I really like these. Actually, I used to just have a empty one of these in my kit that if I, as I was dialing things in, the next day I'd really put those flies that were working into that box and then kind of just carry that. I've since converted that into my Caddis life cycle box because there is enough clearance with this box that you can put dry flies in here and not get them too jacked up.
Okay.
You probably won't want to put them on both sides, and you probably won't want to put them across from anything that's super high. Yeah. But it does work.
Well, you could also leave one side, if you just want dry flies,
you could leave one side empty.
You can leave one side empty, and looks like you could put like 12s, maybe 14s.
Yeah.
Not any problem in there.
Yeah. If
you kept one side empty. So yeah. And I can tell that it's really like solid. Like that's definitely going to be waterproof, I think.
Yes. So, in fact, sometimes you got to really push on that to make sure that it's closed.
Yeah, it's I can tell. It's solid.
Yeah, it has that nice wide gasket. And these are like 20 or 30. If you watch, you can get them for $20 on sale sometimes.
Yeah. So, that's a fish pond. Very nice.
Yeah. And then, man, we just have a lot of fish pond products. Fish pond, if you want to throw some money our way.
What the pot?
Yeah. These things are just, they've slowly taken over as probably my favorite way to store flies.
Yeah.
They're called fly pucks. This is just a round container. This one isn't waterproof. I don't know if you put squirmy worms in here, if they'd melt or not. You can get like 3 of these on Amazon for a couple bucks.
Yeah.
I use this style to kind of, that's fly storage. Like all my cicadas that you need every 40 years are in one. This has some hopper stuff in it. Pucks come in a couple different varieties. You get a couple colors. This is I guess we'll call it the full size.
Yeah.
And this has all my trash flies in it. Mm-hmm. They're just in there loose, but that is a pile of flies. You could easily just throw a bunch of dry flies in there of whatever size and carry that out there. And they make some shallower ones too.
I'm kind of fond of these shallower ones.
Yeah, I am too. And they interlock. Now that one has a mag pad in the bottom of it.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Well, look at that.
I don't know if you could test this. You could flip it upside down. A few hoppers might fall out of there, but it holds pretty well.
Okay. Look at that.
Yeah, just one dangler.
Yeah, dangler.
But
that's pretty good. You would never turn it upside down on the creek anyway.
Not intentionally.
It's nice that there's a magnet. I like that. I'll have to get some of these.
But I mean, these are affordable options. See, these are like $5.
Yeah, I like that. I like this size. What is it? 3/4, half? I don't know.
Yeah, it's probably 3/4.
Okay.
But the cool thing is they all connect together.
Yeah.
So you can interlock all these. If you had a boat, this would just be a fantastic way to store a bunch of different flies and put them in your boat bag.
I like
But I typically have one of these, like my junk fly one. It's always going to be in my pocket, my waders or backpack. They're easy to stash. They don't take up a lot of space. There's also been times where I've just gone out and I've just had 2 pucks full of flies and thrown whatever variety of stuff I thought I would need in there. Just they're efficient. They're simple. They are waterproof.
Definitely waterproof.
Yeah. You don't have to, they're worm safe. You don't have to worry about them melting things.
Yeah, I have some of the full-size ones, and I really haven't taken them out on the water. I just feel like, they're round, and whenever you put them in your pack or something, it just doesn't utilize the space in your pack as well as I.
Yeah. I tend to take these when I don't want my pack, when I'm looking to go light.
I can see that. But I do like this here. These are thinner, so you're getting it's just sticking out so far.
Yeah,
so
which
they're
yeah.
I'll have to get some of these here. I'll probably use them more.
And they seem to be coming out with new colors for organizational purposes.
So as like a quick recap here. So with all these boxes, when you're talking dries and wet or nymphs, what's your go-to again?
My go-to has quickly become the loop. If you can afford it, I don't think there's a better fly box currently out there. They not only they send you labels with this box, they send you extra doors. All of this is very sturdy. I've fished this box for about a year. The Nymph boxes, I think I have 2 years on them now. All the loop stuff has some cool features. Didn't really cover a lot of it, but right here on the hinge, there's an eyelet cleaner.
Oh, I see it, yeah.
So, and it has a little hook there that I think they call it a knot tightener or knot tester. Okay. So you can actually hook the fly there to test your knot if you want. Just very well thought out. There's a lanyard attachment. If you want to just clip it, if you're a lanyard guy and you want to take this box, you can clip a lanyard on there, or if you're worried about dropping it, but it does float and it's waterproof. And if it wasn't this box, I just don't see a better way to store dry flies than compartments. It just seems to make sense. You're spending money or time on the materials or on the flies.
Don't smash them.
Don't smash them. They don't come back. It changes the appearance.
Yeah.
But yeah, when it comes to dry flies, compartment boxes, I think, are the way to go. And it seems like that's kind of the trend maybe in the industry right now. So we may see some more compartment designs coming.
Well, Luke might just be getting some future business from himself.
And then when it comes to Nymph boxes, again, I'm a big fan of the loop and how they're set up. If it wasn't for this box, I would really carry this probably.
Okay.
The folding mill box, it holds a ton of flies. I really need 900 flies on the water with me.
Yes, you do.
At my fingertips.
Yes.
That being said, I probably have that in my backpack. I always want a box, I always have a working box that's what I'm working out of. And then, one that's a little deeper storage. But this kind of blended the line between the needing a working box and deeper storage where I just need this.
Yeah.
And again, if I don't want to take a pack, this fits in the pocket of my waders.
Yeah.
And it's nice and rounded. There's no sharp corners. Some of the original tacky stuff, the corners weren't, they could have been a little more round.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah.
And then we have streamers.
All right. Bring on the streamers.
There's way too many. Way too many things to consider when you're talking about streamers.
Like?
Articulated flies, the size of them. These Plan D boxes, pretty cool. If I remember correctly, these ones are hydrophobic. That if you get some water in there, no, maybe not this one. I believe they made a hydrophobic box, but I don't think this is one of them. This one also has a way to store tube flies. Or if you had a fly that you don't have a hook on the front shank, and it's just tied on a shank, it has clips that you can just put that eye on.
Nice.
Long slits in the foam. You can put articulated stuff in here pretty easily.
Okay.
They're pretty durable. I've had these a couple seasons. The one thing I don't necessarily like, a lot of times if you have things with wild materials, like a lot of streamers do, a lot of times it comes over and it gets in that channel where the gasket is.
Right.
Yeah. But it's tough to kind of avoid that.
Okay.
You have... This is probably the best streamer box I've ever found. Okay. It's just a simple... You can find these at Walmart in the fishing section. It's just a compartmentalized tackle box. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Depending on the size of streamers you want to put in there, this is probably 3.5 inches is probably the biggest that I can put in this one. But I can put a ton of flies in here. That pretty easily fits in a pocket.
Yeah.
It works, and these are like $6-7.
Yeah.
As opposed to like 40.
Okay. All right.
Of those, you've got... This is a box made by Nymph. I don't know what these are going for now. I think somebody got fired when I bought this. This was like $15, and it's like a mini boat box. It's huge. It's got deep channels, so those materials, wild materials, don't get caught out in the edges. Now, this isn't waterproof. Slip foam. When it comes to streamer boxes, you really don't see a lot of silicone.
Right.
But the slip foam does do well as long as it's deep enough. But a lot of the bigger boat boxes, some of these streamer boxes might run $100 or more, which depends on what you're doing. If you're doing a lot of float trips, maybe that's worth it. You can also just throw some streamers and a fly puck. This is generally how I carry mine.
Okay.
This is the fly puck that I always have in the pocket of my vest. That's a lot of streamers.
Yeah. Yeah. That's at least a dozen. Maybe a dozen.
Yeah. And you can put, I don't have a whole lot of big stuff in that one. That's probably about a 3-inch fly. I will throw articulated stuff in here. It stays in there fine.
Nice.
Again, waterproof, easily fits in a pocket. $5. Maybe $5.99. I'm not sure.
Those are some nice streamers, by the way.
Oh, thank you. But then if you're fishing big streamers, the puck's not going to cut it. The compartment box isn't going to cut it. These streamer vaults are pretty decent, but you can't really, they're double-sided, but you can't really put flies on two sides if you've got some big stuff in there.
Yeah. Yep. Okay.
But again, it's all in what are you looking for? And these I think are $30. Listen, these all they all come out of the same place.
Yeah.
Every fly shop that you see has this with their logo on it. They didn't design it. They all come out of China. You just ask to have you pay to put your name on there.
Yeah. They just logo it for you.
They just logo it.
Wow. Geez, we covered a lot. Or you did.
Yeah. So what do you prefer? What do you look for when you're looking for a fly box?
Well, as I said, like I'm always, like where I'm at right now doesn't mean that's where I'll be, because at one time I used a double-sided for a long time because I could put dry flies in there, I could put nymphs in there, and then they just, I don't know, they were too bulky. They
are pretty bulky. They take up a lot of space. Yeah.
So I just started, and then I started doing a lot more subsurface fishing at the beginning of the year, and so I started going with these thin, and I could put a lot of flies in there and close it up, and I could put easily 4 or 5 of them in my pack.
Yeah.
And then I needed something for the dry flies, so I just found these, and I just started just piling them into compartments. And I could easily carry,
Yeah, I really like these.
4 of these and 4 of them easily in my chest pack, easily.
Have you encountered any of these that also have a divider here? That you would have 8 compartments as opposed to 4?
No. But I kind of like that size or bigger to pile in.
Yeah, if you were to divide this, it would be, unless you have small fingers, it would be tough to get in there and pick things out.
Now, yeah, but if I was just making 16 or 18s, dividing that again wouldn't be too bad.
No. It's interesting that there's so many things out there that we.
Yeah. It's not that we fly fishing,
right? That we use in fly fishing. It functions perfectly fine. It's just not labeled for it, or it might. Sometimes it's even the same product. It's just marketed differently, and it's a fraction of the cost just because it's not fly fishing.
Yeah, and this one was $1.99 at. Okay, you ready? Hobby Lobby.
There you go.
So. There you go.
There's your steal of the week.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't have so much. What do you want to call it? I'm not arrogant enough to not pull this out and say, "Okay, let's try this." And somebody look at it and say, "Geez, that's not a fly box." I'm like, "Well, it certainly is."
Listen, I've literally taken film canisters out, thrown some flies in a film canister, and thrown that in my pocket. Yeah.
And they're great for midges and
yeah.
Or even bigger stuff, a little bit bigger.
Yeah,
easily.
Some smaller streamers. I've misplaced a fly puck from time to time, and then just thrown a couple streamers in a film canister and thrown that in my pack.
So, what do you use? I mean, I really like the loop stuff that you showed me, because it has the best of both worlds, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
And
it seems well thought out too.
They put some time in that.
They did. Well, I mean, they've kind of been around. I mean, I guess Europe's been around way longer than the U.S. has, so they've had more time to work on this.
Yeah.
In the grand scheme of things, we're a little late to the game.
I don't think the bird for fly fishing started in America anyway, did it?
No, it was over there.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
Hey, they deserve kudos for that. That's good.
Or Macedonia, something like that.
Something like that. But yeah, so I kind of, if I'm wearing a backpack, which isn't that often, but I like to keep especially if I'm with a bunch of guys that are fishing, I want to make sure I have enough to help them out too.
Yeah, if you're a good fishing partner, you're going to make sure you got some extra flies in case something happens.
Yeah, all the guys get together. Hey, make sure you bring Pete in case we run out of flies. And that's what I do. With all the tungsten I carry, I'll probably carry an extra 20 or 30 pounds.
Yeah. This. At one point, this was full of it. Literally, you couldn't put another nymph in here. I had this thing entirely filled. It was like 900 and some euro nymphs, all tungsten.
Yeah.
And it was not good for your back.
Yeah. Well, so I have some larger, boxes that I can fill up and if I need to, I can take my pack off and I can pull them out and say, okay, I want this, and let's give them away, whatever. But
so kind of keep in mind the style of what you're doing when you're looking for a fly box.
Yeah. And
what you're going to be fishing. I don't know that there's a real one box solution.
Right.
Kind of my system that I'm running these days really is this. Like the majority of the year, I've got that on me in the spring and in the, I would say late winter.
Okay.
But then as we're outside of the big hatches, I'm down to that, and there might be some other things that I'm carrying, but it's really just that's my core of what I'm taking out there. And even that's probably 1,200 flies there.
It's almost enough.
Yeah, almost enough. It's pretty rare these days that I leave the water and I'm like, man, if I only had. Yeah. No, I've got something close enough that I know if it would have worked or not.
There's days where you're out there and you put everything on the line, and they're taking everything but what you got. You just got to figure it out. But I mean, they're finicky little fellers. So sometimes you need all these flies. 1,200 flies a try.
Yeah.
But listen, where we fish the most, like I know what works the best, because we've been like, well, I mean, I've been fishing that creek for 10 years now.
Yeah.
Every year hard. So wherever the time of year is, I know this is what I need. So that's what I tie the most up.
Our float tripping adventure, I think I carried probably more than 1,200 flies for the week. I used 3 patterns.
I know.
3 patterns for the whole week.
I know. If we go to a place we don't really know that well, I can see that.
Yes. Yeah.
But if we go to where we go every year,
I could have just taken this. I could have just taken 3 pucks and just Yeah.
But fly fishermen, that's what we do. We want to be prepared, right?
Yeah. And that's why companies make money.
Right. That's right.
And it is an obsession. It is an obsession. You don't want to be caught off guard and not have the right thing. But I, again, just cover kind of like the highlights on stuff.
Yeah.
It's what's important to you. If you have the money to spend on some nicer boxes, I guess this will be like some polycarbonate material. These are made out of similar materials. Very durable. The slim boxes, pretty durable. The hinges and stuff, there is a noticeable difference in quality. They are not waterproof. They have that heavier gasket. You can feel the quality in that. And they hold the flies a little bit better.
Yeah.
But again, 2 to 3 times the price. So it's where do you want your value? And then what do you want to carry? Make sure that the box fits the flies that you're intending it to.
Correct. I agree.
Pay attention to the dimensions. Don't buy things just because they look cool.
Yeah. I agree.
Unless you're buying it from us and then buy 2 or 3.
Yes. No, all good stuff here, and everybody out there, as Ryan said, just get what fits you. And I know it fits me, but I'm always on the lookout for something new or something that's better.
Yeah.
I'm not so arrogant that I think I got the best stuff. So, or the best way to fly fish with what I have in my pack.
Yeah. Listen, I looked a long time before I came across this stuff. I just wish it was a little bit more accessible. Like I said, the shipping is a little prohibitive. You're talking, I think it was the last one of these I ordered. It was over $15 in shipping.
Okay.
And which made the price of the boxes, I think they were about $50.
Okay.
A piece. So it was a little prohibitive, but it really fit that niche of what I was looking for.
Yeah, I'm going to look into them. So,
but
there it is. I think the loot wins the prize today. I think.
Yeah. They're not the lightest, but if I was worried about weight, I would probably gravitate towards the fulling mill stuff.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, there it is.
Well, hope you guys took something away from this. Hopefully, we can either save you a little bit of money, or maybe you go spend it a little more wisely. If you're fly fishing, you're just going to spend money. It's how it is. But hopefully we can help share our knowledge and experience with you that puts more value in your pocket.
There you go.
Until next time, cheers.
Here's to you.